What's going on, YouTube? What's up? So I got asked doing this NFL announcers, and this one is former Raider coaches, John Madden versus Jon Gruden. Now you know I ain't the biggest Jon Gruden fan, but we're gonna just strictly talk about as an NFL announcer. So got asked who do I think had who was more moving. It's gonna be hard to ever go against John Madden off the top, but I'm gonna make a strong case for Jon Gruden. We'll see how it works out. But John Madden with the Turkey Day and with him and Pat Summerall and all that, how they connected, um, was uncanny. He really, actually, though he did win a Super Bowl with the Raiders and so on and so forth, and was notorious on the sidelines. He blew up more between his Miller High Life beer commercials and, of course, his Monday Night Football. And now his football announcing when he went to CBS, him and Summerall, that took him to another level. And then the Madden games in NFL. So he was actually bigger in his post NFL career. Now, as an actual commentator, he was spot on. He really gave an intriguing insight, which overrode his game. You know, I'd say it's like Dick Vitale, like he was bigger as an announcer than he was as a head coach. Because some people almost forget that man was coaching those Raider teams that won with Kenny Stabler and them and Tatum and all those guys. But you almost forget about it because his presence on the screen was even bigger. Sometimes it be that way. Can you imagine that? That you have a second life and where people know you more for what you did, what you did, and I would say um, I'd say that's with Shannon Sharp and some other people too, as color commentators, that they emerged in another capacity. And that's probably gonna be almost the case with Charles Barkley for quite a few. But in this case, um, John Madden was huge. I mean, that whole thing, and as an announcer, he did some interesting spot on. Now, Jon Gruden did really good with Mike Tirico Monday Night Football telecast. Very insightful and really had a way of connecting. I mean, he had some interesting stories and he did a good job. His voice was spot on. He didn't sound rushed. He didn't sound rehearsed. I'd say he was better as an announcer than he was a head coach. I always thought he was a bit overrated as a head coach, but I thought as an announcer he did pretty good. So, former Raiders here, battling it out on the announcer board. The difference is that man was more animated and he built like this larger life character, which Chucky did. Even though Chucky was known, it didn't really take him far as like that kind of pop cultural thing. Like it did wonders for John Madden. When you watch John Madden, you sit there and you're like, this guy became like a whole different character, had a whole different hit. So I think from that perspective, that's where it differentiates on. But I think like if we just doing commentary, I think Gruden did really good in some spots. I thought he really did have a good way of enunciation and communication, and I thought that he was really spot on with what he did. So I think that he did really good. But I got to give to John Madden. I mean, Madden had so many iconic moments, and sometimes as great as Pat Summerall was before the booze kicked in, and he was carrying him. But I liked a whole lot of what John Madden did. I really did. I thought that um, humor is spot on, analyzing, and he made a lot of those events must watch because he could really be insightful. So, but anyway, it's an interesting battle of John Madden versus Jon Gruden, who better former NFL head coach. Other Raiders who announces who you got. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.